What is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23. If you like Madden rebuilds, Madden career simulations, and Madden experimental videos, you came to the right place. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, say something down in the comments. I'm on the road to 100 subscribers right now, getting pretty close. Today we're going to be rebuilding the Los Angeles Chargers. We got Justin Herbert at quarterback, 88 overall superstar, going into his third season, one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL, if not one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, period. Austin Eckler at running back, 88 overall superstar. We got Keenan Allen, 92 overall X Factor. He's definitely one of the best receivers in the NFL going into his 10th year. He's been with the Chargers for a long time now, seen them at their lowest, and he's trying to get them to the highest point, making it to the playoffs and potentially a Super Bowl. We got Mike Williams at wide receiver 2, 86 overall superstar, another one of the better receivers in the NFL. We got Everett at tight end, 76 overall star. They drafted Zion Johnson in the first round out of Boston College. He's a 73 overall rookie with hidden development. We got Lindsey at center, 91 overall. We got Slater at left tackle, 84 overall with star dev. Right tackle is definitely not looking good. This guy Pipkins was a starter. I moved this rookie Sawyer. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. He was a left guard that they drafted this year, a 6th round pick out of Georgia. I went ahead and moved him to right tackle because he was a little bit higher overall than this guy. Maybe he can develop in that position. Defensively, they have two of the best pass rushers in the NFL with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, both 92 overall X Factors, so the pass rush on this team should be nasty. We got Murray at middle linebacker 2, 73 overall with star dev, and Tranquil at middle linebacker 1, 77 overall normal dev, so we're going to be looking to upgrade this position. Derwin James, one of the best safeties in the NFL, 93 overall superstar X Factor. And then we got here's Nasir Adderley is free safety over here, 75 overall star dev. I guess he's injured right now for 1 week, so that's why it's not showing him. We got J.C. Jackson, 90 overall superstar cornerback, coming over in free agency from the New England Patriots. Dude gets a lot of interceptions. He had like 8 or 9 interceptions the last 2 years in a row. Asante Samuel Jr. at cornerback 2, 75 overall star dev, going into his 2nd season, looking to have a breakout year. Defensive line, we got Sebastian Joseph Day, he's pretty good, 81 overall star dev, but defensive tackle on right end, we're going to have to look to upgrade these positions. Let's see, who is this? Tillery? Might end up making this guy the starter since he has a star dev. Well, we'll see how that goes. Offensively and defensively, I think I'm going to go ahead and change the playbooks on this team because I've done a lot of rebuilds in Madden 23 so far this year, and I don't think I've seen the Chargers go to the Super Bowl very often, if not at all. So I'm thinking I'm going to change the offense to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they have like a really heavy pass offense, and that would definitely suit this team. We got 2 good receivers and a star quarterback, obviously. Defensively, I think I'm going to go ahead and switch it to the Steelers defense also, so they can get a lot of pass rushing off the edge in this 3-4 scheme that they run. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so I switched the playbooks. I switched to the Tampa Bay offense, which is a vertical zone run. We're at a 77% scheme fit. And then I switched to Pittsburgh's defense, which was already the base 3-4 defense, so 85% on that. The midseason point, we are 4-3, currently last in the division. Chiefs are 6-1, the Broncos are 6-1, the Raiders are 4-2, so the division is just really competitive. So it looks like it's going to be a hard-fought 5-year rebuild we got here. We got Derwin James available to re-sign. Problem is that we only got $20 million in cap space, so I guess that's the reason why he always comes up in free agency. Might need to go look around and see. I'm gonna go check out the salaries real quick and see if there's any way we can free up a little bit more money. Well, let's look and see if there's anybody we need to bring back first. Would like to bring back Adderley and probably Tillery maybe at the end of the season. Let me just go ahead and re-sign Derwin James right now. Let me offer him this 5-year deal. He's coming back. How much we got left? 5 mil. I want to bring back Callahan, but wait till the end of the year. Van Noy, probably not interested in him. Adderley, let's try to get him real quick if we got enough money. Alright, that's the only 2 I'm worried about him, plus we're down to $1.5 million, but I'm still going to check out the salaries and see probably at the end of the year and check it out. Into the regular season, we finished 11-6. This AFC West division ain't no joke. The Chiefs went 12-5 to win the division. The Broncos went 11-6, and the Raiders went 9-8. So we had 3 teams out of this division make it to the playoffs. Check out the season stats. We had the 10th ranked offense. Looks like Herbert had a pretty good season. Defensively, 9th. So the team is actually pretty well rounded offensively and defensively. Justin Herbert, 5,000 yards, 34 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 63% completion, 98.7 for the QB rating. Chase Daniel came in and threw 2 passes, and one of them was an interception. No completions. Rushing, Austin Eckler had a pretty decent season, 1,000 yards, 4.0 yards per carry, 17 touchdowns. Isaiah Spiller had 242 yards and 2 touchdowns. Larry Roundtree came in and scored 3 rushing touchdowns on 7 carries. Receiving wise, Keenan Allen had the most yards and catches, 112 catches for 1,600 yards, 19 touchdowns. That's a great season. Jalen Guyton had 1,000 yards with 7 touchdowns. Mike Williams had 933 yards with only 3 touchdowns. Gerald Everett had 845 yards with 2 touchdowns from the tight end spot. Defensively, Derwin James led the team in tackles with 107. Drew Tranquill had the second most with 100. TFL's Khalil Mack had 20. Joey Bosa had 19. Sacks, Khalil Mack led the team with 12.5. Joey Bosa had 9.5. Interceptions, Derwin James had 4. Adderley had 2. And Mack had 1. Bosa had 1. And it looks like maybe 6 or 7 other guys had 1. JC Jackson had 1. So we're going to be playing against our division rival, Kansas City Chiefs, in the first round of the playoffs. They went 12-5. Looking at the playoff bracket, we got the Ravens against the Patriots and the Bills against the Broncos, with the Jaguars getting a bye week. Playing in Kansas City for the first round. Into the first quarter, no score. Kansas City's up 7-0 in the second, 7-3. We're losing 10-3. We're tied 10-10. At third quarter, still tied 10-10. We're up 17-10. Going into the fourth quarter, we're up 24-10. Looking good. Kansas City scored 24-17. Come on, hold them off. We won the game. Freaking beat Kansas City in Kansas City, man. Great start. Next round of the playoffs, we're going to be playing against Jacksonville, who went 14-3. They had the bye week, so they had an insane season. Other side, we got the Ravens against the Broncos. The Broncos beat the Bills 46-29. The Ravens beat the Patriots 20-19. Playing in Jacksonville for the divisional round. Jacksonville jumps up to a 6-0 lead, 13-0. They're up 20-0 in the second. We finally scored 20-7. 27-7. We're losing pretty bad here. Come on, we got to do something. Jacksonville's just on fire. 34-7, 34-14, 41-14. We're losing. We're getting blown out by Jacksonville. Jacksonville the Beast, we lost the game 41-14. Looking at the yearly awards, Tom Brady won MVP, and we did not have anybody in contention for that. Coach of the year, we came in 7th on that. Offensive player of the year, Keenan Allen won that. Nice. Anybody else? Nope. Defensive player of the year, Khalil Mack came in 2nd to Max Crosby, and Joey Bosa came in 10th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Isaiah Spiller came in 10th. Defensive Rookie of the Year, nothing. Best Quarterback, Justin Herbert came in 7th. Best Running Back, nothing. Best Wide Receiver, Keenan Allen won that. Nice. Best Offensive Lineman, nothing on there. Best Defensive Lineman, nothing. Best linebacker, Khalil Mack came in 2nd to Max Crosby again. Joey Bosa came in 5th. Best defensive back, Derwin James came in 3rd. 2022 season recap, the Cowboys beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl 30-29 to win their 6th Super Bowl. Dak Prescott won MVP of the Super Bowl. We saw Tom Brady won MVP of the regular season. Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson won Coach of the Year. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Max Crosby won Defensive Player of the Year with the Raiders. Breece Hall won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Jets. Aiden Hutchinson won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Lions. I'm going to go ahead and try to sign Bryce Callahan back for one more season, see if he'll accept this offer. Yeah, he's coming back. Now we're down to $9.6 million. And do I want to bring Tranquil back, or should we try to get I'm gonna try to get a linebacker in the draft. Van Noy, I'm not interested in him. We don't really need him. We just depth on the team. Guyton, don't really need him. Pretty much don't need any of these guys. Here's what the team is looking like before we go into free agency. Pretty much the only thing that we would need on offense would be a right tackle. Probably gonna try to get one of those in the draft though. We could definitely use a third wide receiver if we could find one for cheap. Defensively, we do need another middle linebacker. Definitely need defensive lineman. Could write it in for sure. And defensive tackle if we could find one. And we could probably use, well, we don't necessarily need a cornerback 3. We can let Samuel be in that spot, or even put Callahan in cornerback 3 and move Samuel up to be the second corner. Free agency, the only thing I could afford to do was bring back middle linebacker Drew Tranquil. We only got $5 million left in cap space. Try to get some other players, but we just couldn't afford it. He's a 78 overall, 28 years old with normal dev. If I can find another middle linebacker in the draft, I could always trade him for other players or draft picks. Here in the first round of the draft, we got pick number 27. I'm gonna draft this defensive end, Chad Chason. He's a scheme fit run stopper. He's also a top fit for us. He's 21 years old. He has solid acceleration, decent agility. He has great strength. He's not like a really good athlete, but we know for sure he has A, block shedding. His finesse moves is D, A, play rec, B, power moves, and A, tackle. He has hidden development. Hopefully he can be a good player for us in this 5-year rebuild. We still got 4 years left. Here in the second round, still got pick 27, so it's at the back end of the draft. This guy is a scheme fit left guard. It says he's projected to be 3rd to 4th round, but when I look at him, he looks like he's actually pretty good. He's a good athlete. He has good acceleration, elite agility, elite change of direction, and then he has great jumping, good speed, great strength. So he looks like he's probably gonna be pretty good. He has an A, lead block, B, pass block, B, run block, finesse, A, stamina. So I'm just gonna go ahead and draft him. He has hidden dev, so we definitely need another offensive lineman. Here in the 3rd round, I'm gonna draft this tight end, Mac Truesdale. He's a vertical threat scheme fit. He looks like he might have a lot of potential. He has great agility, great jumping, good speed. Skills-wise, I know for sure he has B, break tackle, B, deep route, B, medium route. His pass block is an F. His short route is D. The only thing we don't know for sure is if he can catch. All of his catches are not available to see. It could be between A to C on catching traffic, catching, and spectacular catch. So here we go, taking a chance. Normal dev, only 82 speed. Well, at least he'll be a backup. It's a 3rd round pick. Looking at the draft recap, 1st round pick, defensive end is a 73 overall. We did see that he had hidden dev. He's gonna be a starter right away. Left guard is a 72 overall with hidden dev. He's gonna be a starter right away. Probably move on to right tackle. And then that tight end that we drafted is 67 overall. He did not have hidden dev. Computer drafted the rest of the guys. There's nobody that has hidden dev. This wide receiver is a 69 overall with 94 speed. I want to go look at the rest of the draft class and see what the highest overall player was. 77 overall. And then in the 4th round, the Jets got this 76 overall running back. Started season number 2. Justin Herbert's up to a 90 overall superstar. Eckler's up to a 91. Keenan Allen's at 92 overall X Factor. Mike Williams is at 87. He dropped down from superstar to star dev. He's injured, so they're showing him down here. And then Palmer's gonna be wide receiver 3 for us. I moved that guard that we drafted to right tackle. He's gonna be starting with a 71 overall hidden dev. Zion Johnson's up to a 77. Lindsey's a 91. Slater's 86. And we got Everett as a 78 overall at tight end with star dev still. Defensively, we ended up bringing Tranquil back at middle linebacker. Bosa's up to a 93 X Factor. Khalil Mack went down some to 89 still with the X Factor. Adderley's a 78 with star. Derwin James 95 with X Factor. And cornerback, we still got Samuel. He's going to be a cornerback 3 playing in the slot. JC Jackson's a 92 overall star dev. Callahan's 81 overall. Joseph Day's 81, Johnson's a 75, and then the rookie defensive end we drafted is going to be starting 73 with the hidden dev. At the midseason point, we're 5-2, off to a pretty good start. We're tied on first with the Broncos, got a 5-2 record also. Chiefs are 3-3, and the Raiders are 3-4. So we got players ready to negotiate. We got $35 million in cap space, and we got to bring back Justin Herbert. Might have to do something to, yeah, it says that we're gonna be negative $2 million if we offer him this deal. Let me lower it down some to where we're actually able to offer him the deal and see what happens. Don't have the salary cap. How? I just lowered it down. Let me try that one more time, I guess. Alright, now we're in the positive. Let's try that. Don't have the salary cap. I don't see how. Alright, we're gonna have to go look at the salaries and see. It looks like there's a few guys on here. Well, Everett, we can probably just let him walk. We don't have to bring him back. Callahan, probably gonna let him walk. Definitely want to try to bring back Eckler and Herbert. So I'm gonna go look at the salary cap and see what we can do to make this happen. Well, I mean, there's not really much that we can do. Every player that we have that's on a big deal is actually worth it. I mean, we got Bosa, we got Khalil Mack. He might be the only one. I mean, I still want to keep him, but he's 32 years old, so he's gonna start going down. Keenan Allen, definitely gonna keep him. Definitely want to keep Jackson and Derwin James and Lindsey. And then Joseph Day is going to be making $10 million next year, but I think that he's still worth it too. So I'm going to see if I can try to finesse the deal and get him to sign. I was finally able to offer him a deal, but he said the length is about the only thing that's going for this whole situation. I have moved it to a 7-year deal and I lowered it down a lot, but he didn't like the salary. End of the regular season, we finished 10-7, which is actually a pretty good record, but we did not make the playoffs. The Broncos went 11-6. The Chiefs went 11-6. They both made the playoffs. The Raiders went 10-7 like us, and they did not make the playoffs. So this freaking division is just crazy good. So the Broncos got the number 2 seed, and the Chiefs got the number 6 seed. Let's check out the players' stats for the season. We had the 4th ranked offense. Justin Herbert had a pretty good season. Defensively 20th, so the defense is taking a little bit of a hit. Justin Herbert threw for 5,200 yards, 43 touchdowns, and only 11 interceptions. That's pretty freaking good. 67% completion with the 107.5 rating. Rushing wise, Austin Eckler had 990 yards on 5 yards a carry. Like to see that. 12 touchdowns. He only played in 14 games, so the backup running back came in, had 400 yards with 3.9 per carry and 6 touchdowns. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to be able to keep Austin Eckler after this season because we don't have the cap space unless we can figure something out. Probably gonna end up having to franchise tag Justin Herbert. But Keenan Allen had 102 catches for 1,300 yards, 19 touchdowns, another amazing season from him. Mike Williams had 96 catches for 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns. Joshua Palmer had 1,100 yards with 5 touchdowns. Gerald Everett had 971 yards and 4 touchdowns. Really good production there from the receivers and tight end. Kenneth Murray led the team in tackles with 134. Tranquil had 106. Callahan had 101. TFL's Khalil Mack led the team with 19. Joey Bosa had 16. Austin Johnson had 14. Joey Bosa led the team in sacks with 12.5. Khalil Mack had 11. Interceptions, J.C. Jackson got 7 interceptions. That's what we like to see right there. Sante Samuel had 2 interceptions. Callahan had 2. Khalil Mack had 1. Derwin James had 1. Jordan Love won MVP with the Buccaneers at a 74 overall. That's crazy. The Buccaneers offense is overpowered in this game for real. That's why I switched to it with this rebuild, because I figured that Herbert would be able to have some MVP seasons in it. But Russell Wilson came in 2nd on it. Justin Herbert came in 5th for MVP. Coach of the Year, I don't think that we're gonna have. Well, we do have someone on there at 9th. All right. Offensive Player of the Year, Keenan Allen won that again. And Justin Herbert came in 8th. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack came in 3rd. J.C. Jackson came in 7th with all those interceptions that he got. Joey Bosa came in 8th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Carmichael came in 10th. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chason came in 8th. Best Quarterback, Herbert came in 5th. Best Running Back, nothing on there. Best Wide Receiver, Keenan Allen won that. Best Offensive Lineman, Slater came in 7th. Best Defensive Lineman, nothing on there. Best Linebacker, Khalil Mack won that. Joey Bosa came in 3rd. Best defensive back, J.C. Jackson won that with his 7 interceptions. 39-27 to win their 2nd Super Bowl, and Jordan Love won MVP at quarterback for the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl and the regular season. Arthur Smith won Coach of the Year with the Falcons. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Back here trying to re-sign Justin Herbert before free agency starts, and he jumped up to X Factor, so it's probably going to cost a little bit more. But now we got $39 million in cap space. I think before we only had $31 million. Let me offer him a 6-year deal. Let's see what he says. He wants to play for another team. All right, well, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to get franchise tagged. How much is that? $45 million. We don't even have enough to do it. If we do, we're going to get over the cap space, and we're going to end up having a bunch of holes on the team. But we got to keep him. I'm going to franchise tag him. So now we're negative $7 million in the hole on cap room. Looking at the team's salaries to see where we can free up some space, and unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to get rid of Khalil Mack. He's on the last year of his deal. 33 years old. He's still 87 overall, which is good. I would like to keep him, but if we release him, we're going to free up $23 million in cap space, and we have a lot of holes on the team that we need to fill. That $23 million is going to go a long way. So I did not release him yet, but I'm looking at the team, and you see, I guess we can move Sawyer to left guard to fill that spot, so we don't have to pay any money there. And if we had to, we could use Truesdale as tight end number 1, the guy that we drafted. Spiller wouldn't be a bad option at running back, but we could use an upgrade there. Defensively, need another middle linebacker since we weren't able to re-sign Murray. Safety, Adderley dropped down to normal dev, but we do need a cornerback 3. We need another defensive tackle. So yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of Max so we can free up some money to fill these spots, or else we're not gonna be going to the playoffs or even having a chance to go to the playoffs. So unfortunately, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I don't think that we're able to trade right now. Let me look and see if we can trade them away. Oh, we can. All right, let's trade them away and see what we can get for them. I just want to get a draft pick so we don't have to have any space getting taken up for the cap. So I'm gonna do a manual trade. Bengals were very interested in Khalil Mack, so I was able to get a first-round pick for him, but I had to give up a second-round pick next year. So I think it's worth it though. Get a first-round pick in return, and we're gonna get $25 million in cap space freed up. I think it was $23 million, something like that. So I was able to sign Kenneth Murray and Larry Ogunjobi in free agency. Still got $4 million in cap space, but basically can't sign anybody with that. Going to the draft to try to fill the rest of the holes that we got. I'm trading up for the Lions number 3 pick in the first round with our number 15 pick from this draft in the first round, and then a first round draft pick next year. I'm going to try to get this outside linebacker that we need to replace Khalil Mack. His name is Brian Hall. He's 22 years old. He's a top fit for us. He has great acceleration, good agility, good speed, and elite strength. We know for sure he has A hit power, A power moves, and A pursuit. So I just barely got into the draft, and like I said, we have pick number 3 now, so I'm gonna hope that the Vikings don't draft him. Let's go right now and see. They took a defensive end. Now we just need the Titans to not draft him, and they took a quarterback. All right, I'm about to make this pick right now. Right here, Brian Hall coming to the Chargers. He's got hidden dev, 83 speed, 84 strength, 88 acceleration. Looks like he's gonna be a pretty good player. This is pick number 16, and there's still a top 5 projected running back here. That's kind of sketchy to me. I don't know if that means that he's not good. It doesn't seem like he's like amazing, but he doesn't seem terrible. He has solid acceleration, good agility, elite change of direction, good jumping, solid speed, and solid strength. But he runs a 4.4 40, so it seems like he's fast enough. We know for sure he has B ball carrier vision, C medium route, A stamina, C stiff arm, and B trucking. We do need a running back, and he is a scheme fit, so I'm just going to go ahead and take a chance and draft him. And he does have hidden dev with 90 speed, 93 change of direction, 91 agility, and 90 acceleration. Looks like we got a new starting running back. He has LaDainian Tomlinson's number 21 on. Dwayne Cartwright. Here in the second round, we do need another tight end, so I'm going to take a chance on this vertical threat scheme fit tight end, Hugh Morgan. He is 21 years old, 6'5", 243 pounds. He has decent acceleration, good agility, marginal change of direction, great jumping, great speed, and decent strength. Skills wise, you know for sure he has B awareness, B catching, C run block, D run block power, and D spectacular catch. So doesn't seem like he's amazing, but hopefully he's better than the tight end that we drafted last year. He has no more dev. Here in the third round, there's another tight end here that's a scheme fit, and his name is Juan Shelby. We got him 50% scouted. It says that he's a top fit for us. Solid acceleration, solid agility, good change of direction, good jumping, great speed. Know for sure he has A, break tackle, C, catching, B, deep route. His injury is an F, so hopefully he doesn't get hurt all the time. But I'm going to take a chance and see if we can get us a hidden dev here. No, he has no more dev too. So whoever the highest overall is at tight end is going to be starting out of the 3 that we got now. It looks like we did pretty good on the 2 first-round picks. Brian Hall, the outside linebacker, is a 77 overall. And the running back we drafted was a 79 overall. Pretty high overall. Let's see if that's the highest in the draft class. Yeah, we got the highest rated overall player here, and then Hall comes in 3rd with 77 overall. I think that's pretty good. We got 2 starters. Here's the starting lineup for the 3rd season. We do have Cartwright at running back, 79 overall hidden dev, but he's injured, so it's not showing him as a starter. Justin Herbert's a 91 overall X Factor. Keenan Allen's 91 X Factor. Mike Williams is a 90 overall star dev, and then Palmer's gonna be our 3rd receiver. I moved Sawyer to left guard to start in that empty spot that we had. And all the tight ends that we got, the best one is Truesdale that we drafted last year, so he's going to be the starter this season with his receding hairline and everything. Defensively, we got Hall in the 1st round. He's going to be starting at outside linebacker with 77 overall hidden dev. We were able to bring Murray back through free agency. Tranquil still starting at middle linebacker. Derwin James 97 superstar. Adderley 79 dropped down to normal dev. JC Jackson 94 overall was superstar. Sante Samuel 78 overall was star. And we lost another corner, so Taylor is going to be our 3rd corner. Don't have the money to bring anyone else in. Joseph Day, I moved him from defensive end to defensive tackle, so he's a scheme fit. Chason's coming back in his 2nd year. And then Ogunjobi I signed in free agency. We are 3-4, tied for last in the division with the Chargers, who are 3-4. The Broncos are 7-0, and the Raiders are 5-2. Check out players that are ready to negotiate. Looks like we're gonna have 149 million in cap space. That's good. We should be able to bring Justin Herbert back on a long-term deal now. Let's offer him this 6-year deal. He wants more. All right. Keenan Allen, 32 years old. He wants 3 years, 58 million. I do want to bring him back, but I'm probably gonna wait till the end of the year, because he's probably going to regress some. We should be able to get him on a little bit of a cheaper deal. Rashawn Slater, definitely want to bring him back. 3 years. Let's go ahead and offer it. All right, he's coming back. We got 89 million, so we got to be careful here. Got to make sure we have enough to bring back Justin Herbert. Or I guess if we had to, we could franchise tag him. But I think I'm going to wait on signing anybody else just to make sure that we have the money to get him. Maybe Asante Samuel. Let me offer him this deal. It's not too bad. He wants more. All right, everyone else, you're just gonna have to wait, because we gotta prioritize Justin Herbert. See if we can figure out the dev trait for the players yet. The running back, we still don't know yet. He still needs a little bit more snaps. The linebacker, let's see. Oh yeah, he only has star dev, so I was hoping he was gonna have superstar. End of the regular season, we went 7-10 and missed the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row. The Broncos went 16-1, Raiders went 10-7, and the Chiefs went 8-9. Sucks that we didn't make the playoffs. See what happened on stats. We had the 22nd ranked offense. What the heck? Why? Defense was ranked 30th, so everything's just falling apart now. Justin Herbert had 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 62% completion with a 100.1 QB rating. So had a pretty good year. Completion percentage could be a little bit better. Rookie running back, played in all 17 games, 7 yards short of 1,000 yards, had 4.2 per carry, 5 touchdowns. Isaiah Spiller, the backup running back, had 12 rushing touchdowns. Receiving, Keenan Allen had another beast year, 88 catches, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Mike Williams had 79 for 1,000 yards and 2 touchdowns. Palmer had 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Tight end Mac Truesdale had 628 yards with 11 touchdowns. Got a lot of touchdowns for him. Kenneth Murray had the most tackles with 122, and Tranquil had 108. TFL's Joey Bosa led the team with 13. Joseph Day had 9. Sacks, Joey Bosa had 13.5. Joseph Day had 5.5. Ogunjobi had 4.5. That rookie linebacker we drafted only had 3 sacks. That sucks. Derwin James led the team in interceptions with 3, along with J.C. Jackson. Micah McFadden, don't even know who he is, had 2 interceptions. Tranquil had 1, Hall had 1, Samuel had 1, and Adderley had 1. 2024 yearly awards. Russell Wilson won MVP. Justin Herbert came in 8th. I'm not even going to look at Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year went to Amari Cooper. We didn't have anybody in contention for that. Defensive Player of the Year went to Myles Garrett. Joey Bosa came in 5th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, our running back, came in 3rd. He's up to 84 overall. Dude's out here beasting. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Brian Hall came in 3rd. Best quarterback, Justin Herbert came in 3rd. Best running back, nothing. Best wide receiver, Keenan Allen came in 7th. Best offensive lineman, nothing. Best defensive lineman, nothing. Best linebacker, Joey Bosa came in 2nd to Bradley Chubb. Best defensive back, J.C. Jackson came in 7th. Derwin James came in 8th. 36-17 to win their 3rd Super Bowl, 2 in a row now. Jordan Love won MVP of the Super Bowl again. We saw Russell Wilson won MVP of the regular season. Nathaniel Hackett won Coach of the Year with the Broncos. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. Trying to re-sign Justin Herbert again. It looks like he wants even more. He wants a 7-year deal. Let's go with this very player-friendly deal. It's freaking ridiculous. $45 million a year. Come on, dude. He's coming back. Yeah, thanks for taking all the money. Keenan Allen, he wants 3 years, $54 million. Mike Williams wants 3 years, $34 million. Man, I gotta keep Keenan Allen around. He's a legend in the Chargers organization. We offer him this 3-year deal. Well, he wants to go to free agency. Mike Williams, do you want to come back? Be the number 1 receiver? He's coming back. Who else we got? Joseph Day wants 1 year, $10 million. Definitely need a defensive tackle. He wants to go to free agency. Sante Samuel, do want to bring him back. Let me try this 5-year deal and see what he says. He's coming back. Adderley, yeah, he's pretty reasonable funds wise, so bring him back to be the starter. We got to save money in some places where we can. Ogunjobi, you're done. Palmer wants 2 years, $7 million. Probably, well, he's 25. Yeah, we're gonna need another receiver, so we can keep him as a 3rd string or play 2nd if we need to. He's coming back. Before going into free agency, the running back has an X factor. What the heck? Let's see. Did he actually have it or did he get it? Any awards here? I don't see a dev trait upgrade anywhere. But he must have just had it. Guess he just added them. That's freaking great. So we still have Truesdale at tight end. We could use an upgrade there if we need to. We got Palmer at wide receiver 2 and Carmichael at wide receiver 3. We could use another wide receiver if we could find one. Defensively, we need another defensive tackle and a defensive end and a cornerback 3. I ended up signing Hunter Renfrow, 87 overall, star dev, 29 years old. I tried to bring back Keenan Allen, but he had 0 interest. The interest bar was all the way down in the red, and there was 12 teams offering him deals. I tried to offer him a big deal, but he still didn't sign. DJ Reed, I'm bringing in at cornerback, 83 overall, star dev, 28 years old. I'm bringing Cameron Jordan in at defensive end, 82 overall, normal dev. He is 36 years old, but he still has pretty good ability. Should be a good 1-year patch. And then DJ Reader, bringing in a defensive tackle. I tried to get Sebastian Joseph Day, but he didn't want us to sign, and other teams were offering him way too much money. Ended up simulating the entire draft since we didn't have a 1st or 2nd round pick, and it's probably a good thing that we did because the computer drafted this cornerback in the 3rd round, 70 overall with hidden dev, so that's a pretty good find. But the best find was this 4th round tight end, 73 overall with hidden dev, and he's the same overall as a possession and vertical threat, which is our scheme fit. So he's going to be the new starting tight end for us. Here's the starting lineup for the 4th season. We got Justin Herbert, 93 overall, X Factor. Running back, Cartwright's 85 overall, X Factor. Mike Williams is going to be the number 1 receiver, 88 overall, star dev. Brought in Renfro, wide receiver, 88 overall star dev. Palmer's going to be wide receiver 3. Offensive line is looking pretty good. Sawyer is supposed to be starting at left guard, but he's injured for 1 week. He's a 74 overall. And then Johnson will be starting at right guard. We got the tight end that the computer drafted, starting 74 overall with hidden dev. Defensively, Joey Bosa's a 94 overall X Factor. Derwin James, 98 overall superstar. Sante Samuel Jr. is an 80 overall star dev. We got DJ Reader coming over in free agency. And where's JC Jackson? Oh, he's injured. Okay, I was like, what happened to him? He's out for 1 week, so he's going to be the number 1 corner. And then we brought in this guy, Reed Jr., to be cornerback 2. And then Samuel's going to be cornerback 3. Mid-season point, off to a bad start once again, 2-5. The Chiefs are leading the division 4-3, along with the Broncos, and the Raiders are 3-4. Looking at players ready to negotiate, we got $94 million in cap space. Joey Bosa's up on his deal, so he wants 3 years, $61 million. That's actually really reasonable. He's coming back. At least he doesn't want $80 million a year like Justin Herbert, taking all of our money. Corey Lensley wants 1 year, $11.9 million. I do want to bring him back, but I'll probably wait till the end of the year since he's 34 years old. He's probably going to regress down to like 85 or lower. DJ Reed Jr., probably just go ahead and bring him back on a 1 year deal. He's coming back. Cameron Jordan was a 1 year thing, and DJ Reader also. Zion Johnson, I do want to bring him back. He wants 2 years, $17 million. It's not bad. He's coming back. Tranquil, I'm going to wait on him. Probably wait on everybody else that we have here. Yeah. We went 10-7 and we finally made the playoffs. It looks like the last week of the season we played against the Chiefs to see who was going to win the division, and the Chiefs beat us 31-10, so they won the division with an 11-6 record. The Raiders went 9-8 and the Broncos went 8-9. Let's see what's going on with the stats here. Offensively, ranked number 14. Still not good. I wish we were up in like the top 5 with this offense. Defense actually stepped up. We got number 7th ranked defense. Justin Herbert threw for 4,700 yards, 34 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 65% completion with a 102 rating. Pretty good season. Dwayne Cartwright, the running back, had 1,100 yards, 4.5 yards per carry with 13 touchdowns. Backup running back Spiller had 8 rushing touchdowns. Receiving, Hunter Renfro had 100 catches for 1,400 yards and 11 touchdowns. Mike Williams missed a game. He had 993 yards, 7 touchdowns. Rookie tight end Jared Bennett had 690 yards with 3 touchdowns. Palmer had 667 yards, 5 touchdowns. Carmichael had 3 touchdowns. Looks like the receiving was passed around a lot to a lot of different guys. Defensively, Kenneth Murray Jr. led the team in tackles with 119. Tranquil had 115, and Derwin James had 100. TFLs, Cameron Jordan led the team with 15. Joey Bosa had 12, and Chason had 12. Sacks, Joey Bosa had 13.5. Cameron Jordan had 7.5. DJ Reader had 7. Where's that outside linebacker? Hall. Man, we traded up to get him number 3 overall, and he has not been producing at all compared to Khalil Mack. JC Jackson had 5 interceptions. That's pretty good. Derwin James had 3. Murray had 2. DJ Reed had 2. And Tranquil had 1. We're going to be playing against the 10-7 Houston Texans. We're going to look at the playoff bracket over here. The Chiefs are playing against the Colts, and the Bengals against the Bills. The Patriots got a first-round bye. Playing in Houston in the wild card round, Houston jumps up to a 7-0 lead with 7-3. We got a field goal. Second quarter still 7-3. Houston's up 14-3. We got to do something. 14-10. We scored a touchdown. Houston scored right back. Houston's up 24-10 in the third quarter. 27-10. Come on, man. They're blowing us out here. 27-10 in the fourth. 27-17. 27-24. We tried to come back. Lost 27-24. Josh Allen won MVP. Justin Herbert came in 7th. Coach of the year, we didn't have anybody on there. Offensive player of the year, nothing. Defensive player of the year, Joey Bosa came in 6th. Offensive rookie of the year, the tight end that we got came in 3rd. I was hoping he was going to win it. Defensive rookie of the year, nothing on there. Best quarterback, Justin Herbert came in 3rd. Best running back, Cartwright came in 7th. Best wide receiver, Renfro came in 5th. Best offensive lineman, nothing on there. Best defensive lineman, nothing. Best linebacker, Bosa came in second to TJ Watt. Best defensive back, JC Jackson came in third. And Derwin James came in ninth. Season recap: the Chiefs beat the Rams in the Super Bowl 21-19. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the Super Bowl. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season. Peter Gaffney won Coach of the Year with the Patriots. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams, and Nick Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year with the Lions. So we got $50 million in cap space, looking at players to re-sign before we go into free agency. DJ Reader actually had, I think, like 7 sacks. He did pretty good, but I'm gonna let him go to free agency and see if we can upgrade the position. Same with this middle linebacker spot. Tranquil's down to a 76 overall. He's 31 years old with normal dev. Spiller's been a pretty good backup running back for us, but I don't want to overpay for a backup running back right now. I think that pretty much everyone knows I'm going to be letting them go and see if we can upgrade some people in free agency. Before free agency, we definitely need another center and another left guard. Renfro is going to be wide receiver 1. I don't know about all that. I mean, he's pretty good, but I don't know. I have to look and see. Bennett is a 78 overall tight end. See, defensively, we need another middle linebacker. If we could get like a beast middle linebacker, it would be good. And we need another defensive tackle and another defensive end. All right, free agency. I'm bringing in George Karlaftis at defensive end. He's 83 overall, star dev. I'm bringing in a couple of old offensive linemen that are 34 years old because there was no other guys. This free agency class was just terrible, especially at the linebacker spots and the defensive line spots and the offensive line spots. Had to bring DJ Reader back at defensive tackle because there was nobody that was better than him. There was like one guy that was higher than him overall. And then this other 34-year-old offensive lineman I'm bringing in. Had to bring in Jayon Brown at middle linebacker because there was just nobody there. Probably gonna end up trying to trade for a really good outside line or a really good middle linebacker. And then I brought in Nick Bonito. I tried to move him to middle linebacker because I thought that he would be a good like field general scheme fit. I moved him to middle linebacker after I signed him, and he dropped all the way down to a 61 overall. So that was a mess up on my part. I trade for middle linebacker Devin White from the Buccaneers. He's a 92 overall. They want my first round pick this year and next year, and a second round pick next year. This is the last year of the rebuild, so I'm going to go ahead and do it so we can have an elite middle linebacker on this defense. Here in the second round of the draft, we don't have a first round pick since we just traded it away. I'm going to draft this safety, Devontae Heath. He's a scheme fit zone. We don't really know a whole lot about him because he didn't run the NFL Combine or the Pro Day. So maybe that means that he'll be pretty good. I don't know for sure. I'm just going to take a chance and see how it goes. He has hidden dev, 87 speed's a little slow, but maybe he'll be a better overall than Adderley at free safety that we had this whole time. The safety we drafted in the second round is a 73 overall, so he's not as high in overall as I would like, but I think I might still go ahead and start him over Adderley at safety just because he has hidden dev. His speed's 87, his zone coverage is 77, his tackle 76. This is what the starting lineup is looking like for the 5th and final season. Justin Herbert's up to a 95 overall X Factor. The running back that we drafted is a 90 overall X Factor. Hunter Renfro, I guess I'm just going to let him be wide receiver 1. He's an 88 overall superstar. And then we still got Mike Williams at wide receiver 2, 87 overall star. Palmer's wide receiver 3. The offensive line is not too bad besides the 34-year-old left guard and right guard that we have. Bennett is a 78 overall star dev tight end. Defensively, we traded for Devin White. That's a big move that we made for middle linebacker. He's a 93 X Factor. Bosa's a 91 X Factor. Derwin James is a 98 overall superstar. And then JC Jackson's a 94 overall superstar. And I'm debating on if I should start Heath over Adderley. I think I'm just going to leave Adderley as a starter since he's a higher overall for this season, the last season. And then we got Karlaftis in free agency. Sante Samuel's supposed to be cornerback 3, but he's injured for 9 weeks for some reason. At the midseason point, once again, off to a terrible start. Got a 2-4 record. The Broncos are 5-2, the Chiefs are 4-2, and the Raiders are 2-5. So this is the last season. I'm not gonna re-sign any players. I'm gonna advance to the playoffs, and hopefully we can win some games and get to the playoffs. End of the regular season, we finished 7-10, so we did not make the playoffs, unfortunately. Broncos went 14-3 and won the division. The Chiefs went 9-8, and the Raiders went 8-9. Let's see what the heck happened over here with the stats. We had the 12th ranked offense, and defensively we were 31st. What the heck? Justin Herbert threw for 5,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 68% completion with the 112.9 rating. His best season yet in this offense. That's MVP type numbers right there. Running back Cartwright only played in 11 games, so he missed 6 games. He had 790 yards, 5.1 per carry with 12 touchdowns. And then Ellison, the backup, only had 3.1 yards per carry, and the other backup only had 2.2 yards per carry. So backup running backs were terrible. Hunter Renfrow had 100 catches for 1,400 yards and 17 touchdowns. Mike Williams had 81 catches for 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Palmer had 81 catches for 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Tight end Bennett had 842 yards with 7 touchdowns. Defensively, Devin White led the team in tackles with 117. Joey Bosa had 23 TFLs, and our sack leader was Joey Bosa with 10.5. Chason had 8. Devin White had 3.5 sacks, and DJ Reader had 3 interceptions. Devin White led the team with 3. Adderley had 2 after I was talking crap about him. Asante Samuel had 2 interceptions. Derwin James had 1. J.C. Jackson had 1. Patrick Mahomes won MVP. Justin Herbert came in second right behind him. Thought he had a good chance of winning it because he had his best season yet. Offensive player of the year went to Deebo Samuel with the Chiefs. Renfrow came in 7th, and Herbert came in 9th. Defensive player of the year, Joey Bosa came in 4th. DeForest Buckner won it with the Colts. And then Devin White came in 10th for defensive player of the year. Offensive rookie of the year, Ellison, I think that was one of the backup running backs, came in 5th. Defensive rookie of the year, nobody. Best quarterback, Justin Herbert came in 3rd. Best running back, our guy probably would have won it if he would have stayed healthy. Best wide receiver, Renfrow came in 2nd to Deebo Samuel. Anybody else on here? No. Best offensive lineman, nothing on there. Best defensive lineman, nothing. Best linebacker, Joey Bosa won that. Best defensive back, nothing on there either. The Lions beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl 47-41 to get their first ever Super Bowl. Nick Bosa won the Super Bowl MVP. The Broncos made the Super Bowl like 3 times in this rebuild, and they lost every time, I think. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the regular season. Nathaniel Hackett won Coach of the Year with the Broncos. Deebo Samuel, Offensive Player of the Year with the Chiefs. DeForest Buckner, Defensive Player of the Year with the Colts. That's going to be it for this rebuild. Justin Herbert's a 99 overall X Factor. Running back that we drafted is a 93 overall X Factor. Renfro's up to an 89 overall X Factor. Mike Williams is starting to fall off. He's an 84 overall. That tight end Bennett's up to an 81. Slater's at a 92. Hitchens, the offensive lineman that we drafted, is at an 83. Johnson's up to an 85. Defensively, Devin White came in. I thought he was going to make a huge difference on the defense, but I think we had one of the lowest rated defenses of the 5-year rebuild. I think one season we were like 31 in defense. That was one thing I didn't understand about this rebuild, was that the defense fluctuated so much. One year we're like number 4 in defense, next year we're 31st, and then the next year we're 8th in defense, and the next year we're 27th. I don't see how it's that big of a difference whenever I know we're changing out players, but they weren't like huge differences. But Bosa was a 90 overall X Factor. Derwin James dropped down to start there, but he's still a 97 overall. Asante Samuel Jr. got injured a lot. He's an 83 overall. Carl Aptis is at an 85. J.C. Jackson did pretty good for us. He was a 90 overall. At this point, he's a 90 overall with Star Dev. And then Reed Jr. is down to 81 overall. So that's going to be it for the video. I'm sorry that we weren't able to make it to the playoffs more or even contend for a Super Bowl. But it is what it is. If you like what you saw, if you want to see more videos like this, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Comment down below. I'll see you on the next one. I appreciate it. Peace.